As your student graduate speaker, Ms. Laura Hansel represents the class of 2013. She is one of our speech team captains, and she auditioned for and earned this privilege. Her speech is entitled, "A Walk in Our Shoes." Laura, the podium is yours.
Welcome Superintendent Behrens and Dr. Trone, members of the school board, honored guests, Dr. Rykowski, the EHS administration, teachers, staff, parents and guardians, and finally, the graduating class of 2013. Today is all about appreciating where we came from, who we are, and who we want to become. But before we go any further, we should take a moment to thank the people who got us here. To all Eagan High School teachers, administrators, mentors, custodians, coaches, counselors, immense appreciation would be an understatement. The time and effort that you have invested into our lives deserves the utmost recognition. To our loving parents and guardians who have supported us this entire time, sitting through cold EAA track meets, chaperoning elementary school field trips, spending time and money on extracurricular activities, and for forcing us out of bed on school days, especially the last few weeks when for some reason first hour seemed a lot more optional than before, for challenging us and for reminding us that we didn't know everything. We thank you. We couldn't have done it without you. In 1994, while most of us were busy being born, the Academy Award-winning movie Forrest Gump was released. 18 years later, it's apparent that everything we ever needed to know, we could have learned from Forrest Gump. Stupid is as stupid does. Life is like a box of chocolates. You know how it goes. And chances are you've heard these lines a million times too many. But I have to say, the most meaningful lesson is never directly quoted by the charming Forrest Gump, but rather implied with everything that he does. He shows us how to be a good friend, to be a good person, and to trust that things will work out. Forrest met his best friend Bubba while in combat during the Vietnam War. While others made fun of Forrest for his low IQ, Bubba treated him with respect. And in exchange, Forrest kept his promise to Bubba to start a shrimping business and an awesome restaurant at the Mall of America. Being a good friend for Bubba and Forrest meant trust, loyalty, and sticking with each other through it all. Let's think back to the first day of freshman year when you walked in this gym and realized there are 600 other kids in this room and they're all in the same shoes that I am. We were 14. We were lost, both figuratively and literally. We were awkward. We all tripped up the stairs, some of us more than others, but through all this, we met our best friends. Forrest described Bubba as his best good friend and said, "Even I know you can't just find that around the corner." Maybe we weren't all best friends, but we spent 1,362 days in the exact same place, walking the same halls with many of the same problems. Look around and see all of the people that knowingly and unknowingly have been there for us. As Forrest Gump said, most of the time, I tried to do the right thing. I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is. Forrest loved everyone around him unconditionally and completely. And our class has exemplified these values, not only in our friendships with each other, but also in our response to difficult times. In this last year, we faced a variety of obstacles together. It was rumored that leggings would be banned in Eagan High School. And of course, we can't forget the liberating lunchroom revolution as hundreds of kids fought their right to eat normal-sized portions. And perhaps, most memorably, a computer was shattered during the all-school Harlem Shake in the library. Sorry, Miss Nagel. Just for the record, our class donated funds to repair the computer monitor that was damaged. But all jokes aside, The class of 2013 has dealt with many hardships, including our share of national tragedies. We grew up in the post-9/11 era and came of age during the Arab Spring movement. We and the rest of America experienced the collective shock that followed in the wake of the Boston Marathon bombings. Mass shooting became a term far too familiar, as we saw with Virginia Tech, Aurora, Colorado, and Sandy Hook Elementary School. But in times of tragedy, Egan High School stepped in to rally. A great example of this was just in the past month. In a mere 3 days, Egan High School raised $10,000 for Moore, Oklahoma. Moore High School expressed astonishment that a suburb in Minnesota could care so much. Along with national tragedies, Egan suffered its own tragic loss with the death of Laura Miller. I want to take a moment to remember Laura, because she will always be a part of this graduating class. She was a brilliant, remarkable young woman, and the imprint that she left on our lives will never be forgotten. We miss you, Laura. Despite the painful times, remember when Forrest broke free of his leg braces and ran? The majority of our days were good ones. We're defiant, spirited, and always looking ahead. Like Forrest said after the war, the good part about being shot in the buttocks was the ice cream. They gave me all the ice cream I could eat. The class of 2013 chose to be defined by the good times. Let's take it back all the way to freshman year again, when we decided we wanted to stand in the bleachers with the pit at football games. Of course, the pit is exclusively reserved for juniors and seniors. Needless to say, we weren't exactly appreciated by the upperclassmen, but it was clear that we made our mark on Egan High School very quickly. 4 years later, not much has changed. We coined the phrase "seniors rule" and documented our newfound superiority on physics extra credit questions, exams, and broadcast it every week for the whole school on Egan AM's WCR report. The last lesson that the movie teaches us: trust that things will work out. Forrest asked, "What's my destiny, Mama?" Mrs. Gump replied, "You're going to have to figure that out for yourself." She also told him that you have to do your best with what you're given. Each and every one of us has worked hard to deserve our spot here today. Whether your plans next year are going to college, working, joining our country's armed forces, or you're still figuring it out, be proud of yourself in this very moment. For all of us, this day is a goodbye and an ending. But it's also a new beginning. Mama always said there's an awful lot you can tell about a person by their shoes, where they're going and where they've been. Mama said they'd take me anywhere. Whether or not these past 4 years went the way you wanted them to, this is a chance to start over. So look around one last time. We're still in the same shoes. And these shoes will take us across this stage to receive our diploma, our new beginning. I hope right now you're realizing that you were never alone, even if sometimes it felt like it. And as Forrest Gump says, that's all I have to say about that. Congratulations, class of 2013. Seniors rule!